Hello everyone, welcome to Coders Camp. So we are at the 22nd day of April LeetCode Challenge, and the problem we are going to cover today is brick wall. So here the input given is list of list, and we have to return the minimum number of bricks we crossed by drawing a line. So here the problem statement said if your line go through the edges of the brick, then the brick is not considered as crossed. So you need to find out how to draw a line to cross the least bricks and return the number of crossed bricks. So let's understand this problem with an example. So here is our given input list of lists. Our problem statement says there is a rectangular wall where the bricks are there, and the height of each brick are going to be same in every row, but the width of the bridge changes accordingly. So now in the first row the bricks are 1 2 2 1, and so on. So if we are representing the given input in form of bricks and wall, it is going to look something like this. So now here they said we cannot draw a vertical line in both the edges. We have to draw the line in between the wall. So now we are going to draw a line randomly and check how it actually going to work. So let us try drawing a line here. So which means it is crossing the first brick 1, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1. So it has crossed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, overall 6 bricks by drawing a vertical line here. If suppose we are drawing a line here, so they said in problem statement, if we are exactly drawing a line between the edges of two bricks, then in that case we are not crossing that brick. So we are not crossing anything in the first line and second line. So moving on to the third line, we are crossing the brick 3, which means 1, and moving to the next line we are crossing the brick 4, and since it is in between we are not crossing any bricks in line 4, so here we are going to cross the brick 3. So far we have crossed 3 bricks by drawing a vertical line here. So now we are going to draw exactly here. So in first line we are crossing the brick with 2, and second line there is no brick crossed because it is in between edges, and third line also we did not cross any bricks, and in fourth line we are crossing the brick of width 4. Fifth line no brick crossed because it is in between the edges, and last line also no brick crossed. So far we have covered 2 bricks while drawing a line here. So this is going to be the minimum number of bricks that we can cross by drawing a vertical line in this wall. So how are we going to approach this? So now the idea is to draw the vertical line where most of the edges meet. So the last line, vertical line we have drawn is here. So this is the point where 4 bridges meet with its edges, so that we could cross only 2 bricks and we cover the least number of bricks here. So now we are going to find a point where most of the edges meet. So we are going to draw the line exactly at that point. So how do we actually find where all the edges meet? So as the wall is of a rectangular shape, though the width of each brick may change, but the overall width of the rectangle is going to be the same in all rows. For example, here if you sum all the bricks in the last row, it is going to give you 6. The same way, if you calculate the width of all bricks in every row, it is going to sum up to 6. So now we are going to calculate the sum at each step, so that wherever the frequency of the sum matches the most frequency, then it is going to be the point where our edges meet. This may be confusing, so let us work out and try for better understanding. So starting from the first row of our wall, we are going to calculate the prefix sum at each edge or prefix sum of each brick in the wall. So let's start from the first row. Our first brick is going to be of sum 1, and the next brick by adding 2 it is going to be of 3, and then moving on to the next brick which is 2. So by adding the sum is going to be 5, and the next brick it is going to be 6. By the end anyway it is going to be 6 in all the rows. So starting from the second row it is going to be 3, 4 and 6, and the third row the sum is going to be 1, 4 and 6. The same way the next row is going to have 2 and 6. Moving on to the next row which is going to have 3, 4 and 6, and finally it is going to be 1, 4, 5 and 6. So now we have calculated the prefix sum. So our last row is gonna be having all 6 because that is going to be the end of the wall. We cannot draw a line there. So now we are going to check which sum is most frequent here. So if you observe, the sum 3 appeared thrice and sum 5 appeared twice and 2 appeared once, 4 appeared 4 times, which actually means there are 4 edges meeting at one single point. I did not mean the sum, but the occurrence of 4, that is 4 times. For example, if you consider 3, 3 occurs 3 times, which means there is some point where 3 edges meet. That point is here. So at this point, you can see 3 edges meet. The same way, at this point, 4 edges meet. That is what it meant. So the occurrences here denotes that many edges meet at a single point. So we are going to take or pick the maximum occurred point. So here 4 is the maximum occurred point. So which means 4 edges meet at one point. So that is the point where we are going to draw a line. So if we draw a line, what will happen there? Which means it cross 4 rows edges and remaining 2 rows will be the brick we actually cross. So now the overall number of rows given here is 6. There is a point where 4 edges meet, which means we did not cross 4 bricks. So minus 4 will actually give you the total number of bricks you actually crossed at that point. So this is the actual approach we are going to use in this problem. So if we always hear about a number and its frequencies, we straight away go to a data structure which is hash map. So we are going to get the help of hash map to store the prefix sum and its occurrence simultaneously. And finally, we are going to pick the maximum or most occurred frequency and subtract it from the number of rows given, so that we will get the least number of bricks we cross by drawing a vertical line. So hope you're understanding this solution. So this is going to run in big O of n into L time complexity, where n is the number of rows given and L is the average length of the given list or given row. So let's go to code now. So first, as I explained, I'm going to get the help of map to store my prefix sum and the occurrence. And I'm going to have a variable count, which is actually going to hold the count of maximum occurrence. And I'm going to have my loop, which is going to iterate the lists given here in the input. So every time I'm going to initialize my variable sum equal to 0 so that it calculates the new sum for every row. So here I'm going to iterate my elements in each list. So I'm going to add the elements in list, that is so far sum. And once I get it, I'm going to update my map. So yes, every time once we calculate the sum, we are going to update our map with the sum and its occurrence. So every time we are updating our sum and its occurrence, we are going to get the occurrence max at each iteration. So our count is going to hold the maximum occurrence of prefix sum. So we are going to update map.max of count, comma map.get of sum. So yes, once iteration is done, our count is going to have the value of maximum occurred sum in the hash map. So finally return wall.size minus count. So yes, let's run and try. Let's submit. Yes, the solution is accepted and it runs in 10 milliseconds. So thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe. Thank you.